We are at Green Cove Springs Marina where our boat was brought into. It was brought from long-term storage out into the maintenance yard. As we were planning on repairing the boat, we found out that during this process, since the damage done to the bottom was extensive, even though you physically can't see it, there's a lot of cracking and grid separation throughout. We then had an infrared inspection done and then submitted the infrared inspection to the insurance company because ultimately they have to determine if it is repairable or not. Well, it came down to where this grid and hull type for this boat is more of like a production boat style hull grid configuration where it's just one big whole piece and smushed together, we'll call it, and put together on the boat. Well, once it cracks in any spot, you can't just patch repair it. You can't just cut into that section where the crack or damage is and repair it. Because if there is hairline cracks or somewhere else in the boat, with the twisting and the torquing of the boat being on the water, it can re-crack it, and all that money you put into it is gone and it's re-cracked and broken again. The only way to repair this type of boat, our boat can be repaired, but it's going to be very costly. You have to literally separate. It's like cutting the bottom of the boat off, separating everything, repairing the entire bottom, and then putting it back together and repairing it and fiberglassing it and getting it all together. After everything was said and done, the insurance decided that it was way too much money to repair this type of boat for the cost of the boat. So they decided they were going to scrap it and salvage it. So we started that process, and it was a long process. It was kind of like hectic, and we were both kind of, me and my husband were both kind of determined, yes, we'll just buy the boat back from them and then repair it ourselves, and then the money for the insurance we could just put towards pretty much the entire loan and try to pay it off. Well, it kind of doesn't work completely like that. So once the insurance company scraps the boat and whatever you have put for your insurance, and they determine how much they give you by salvaging and scrapping the boat, they hire in usually a third-party salvage company to deal with all the paperwork, the legwork, taking that money and paying off your loan, because technically you don't own the boat if you have a loan. The bank owns the boat. And the insurance technically owns the boat because they're scrapping it. Well, they sent us an offer letter. We had a choice. We had a choice to either keep the boat and pay for it, or take the insurance money and pay the loan off, and if there's anything left, put it in the savings, basically, to try to save it for another sailboat. Running about, I think it was like $52,000 to buy the boat back, plus or minus. We had a choice between that or scrapping the boat completely and going through that process. So after we sat down, broke it down, if we paid that full amount and the amount that was remaining for the insurance that they would give us, we would not be able to pay the loan off. So basically, the loan has to be paid off when you scrap the boat because it is not insurable anymore. And having a loan, you have to have insurance on it. So you run into that dilemma. So then we ended up having to decide, okay, if we pay for the boat and then we can't even pay off the full part of the loan, we're going to have to come out and get another loan to pay off that loan, pretty much, to have it all like paid for. But in the end, if that was feasible and we did choose to do that, then the loan would be paid off, the boat would be paid off, and we would own the boat outright without no loan. But then we would still have to come out of pocket to repair the boat, and it is a very, very, very costly amount. So, and ultimately we decided the boat's great, but it did not really meet our needs of what we were wanting as a circumnavigational boat. It works for intercoastals and it fit our family pretty much, but we are going to decide to scrap the boat and send it through the insurance and salvage company, that process, and then save up to get a older style custom made kind of boats, such as like the Tiana. Tiana's more sturdy and what we are looking for a sturdy, strong boat that would hold our family for safety wise. And that's kind of where we are with that.